The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready. This is the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I am so excited for my guest today because I love her and I look up to her so much. She's so talented and has an amazing show. So I have Ms. Ninon with me. So hi, Ninon, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so honored to be with you.
Oh my gosh,
because
it's so
I
great
was
having
at the
you.
beginning of when you were starting all this.
Yeah.
I had actually had her on my show when we started. You started sort of going into this and everything else, and look how far you've come. Amazing,
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I think you are so incredible and so talented and truly just a beautiful person on the inside and out. And you've done so many great things. So it's really an honor having you
Thank you
on.
very much. Thank you. Well, maybe you'll follow through.
I hope so.
You'll become famous. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So why don't we talk about this? How did you actually get involved in this? Where did this all start from? Because I know so many people have so many different stories and everything. So how did you get into this?
What part? The part of hosting a show, or part of living life?
Well, I mean, you have a really extensive background and stuff.
Yes,
you
I
didn't just
do.
only
So-
host your shows.
No,
So how did you get in that?
I started actually modelling. I did my first model show in England in a place called Plymouth. It's Plymouth. It's very well known where they have the Mayflower and everybody knows Plymouth. And my very first show was a model show, and I remember I think I was 15, and I was absolutely petrified. And they chose me to be the lead and to be the bride. And they were doing all these, and I had this beautiful, beautiful bridal, and I was petrified. But I thought, no, breathe in and keep walking with a smile on your face. And I never forgot that. And then, of course, from there, I actually worked in a hotel. And I ended up managing the hotel at 16 and worked 20 hours a day, saved every bit of money I could to help me get to London, because I lived in Torquay, and Torquay I wasn't really going to get to where I needed to get, where I thought I needed to go. And so I thought, I've got to get to London. So I worked 20 hours a day for a whole year. And I would say that was kind of my backbone. That was where it kind of started.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
So how did you actually make your way to America then, if you're trying to go
in
to
America?
London?
Anyway, I did well in London with modeling. I did very well there and did commercials and everything else. And then I went to Beirut for a couple of years, which you probably don't know about that. I had an underwater swimming act in Beirut. From there I came back, and then I went to Jamaica, and I did a couple of movies in Jamaica.
Oh my God.
And that's how I got to Miami. And I got from Jamaica. I came into Miami with a very good friend of mine, Fred Perry's son, David Perry. Fred Perry was the Olympic tennis player way back, and I knew his son, David Perry, and he helped me in Miami. And Miami, I got this modeling job. I remember in Jordan Marsh, it was Christmas time, and I got this modeling job. And I always remembered this. They were going through their little cashiers, their little self-cashier thing, to see if they had enough money to be able to pay me to do their Christmas modeling. It was the funniest thing. And I'm looking at them thinking, you really have to go to this cashier to do this? Anyway, they managed to sum up enough money to pay me to do it. So yeah, good on my side.
Right.
And that started that's what started America in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So so you did modeling and acting, and so what made you get
acting, commercials, all that stuff.
My
yeah.
goodness.
Yes, yeah.
So what made you get into hosting? Because you are, I gotta say, first of all, just this past 2 weeks ago, you hosted the red carpet for the Immortal Awards
Yes,
and
I did,
everything
yes.
too. An incredible host, and it was a stressful, chaos thing, but you always handle everything amazing.
Well, whatever it is, it's if you understand life, it's just a day, and it's just people. You're going to talk to these people. They're hopefully going to talk back to you. I mean, you never know. And so, you try to make it interesting. The only thing that in hosting that I find is try to make each one different, because they've all been in the movie. They've all acted. They've all done the same sort of thing.
Right.
So now you've got to make it different.
Yeah,
So now I've got to make every part they play different. So that's what I try to do. But yeah, I find it easy. But I started it actually because hosting. I was giving back to the younger generation because I had done extremely well. I had really done. I won 100 and I think it's about 115 awards by now. I've won for the show that I actually did, which was called Voices of Tomorrow, and that's where I started hosting. And what I was really doing, I was giving back to the younger generation, and I was interviewing children from 13 to 18, some younger, some older.
Yeah.
And I was trying to give them a platform that it didn't matter what family they came from, it didn't matter what religion they were, it didn't matter what color they were, it didn't matter about anything at all. Every one of them has a chance, and every one of them have something within them that they can actually have out there and become something, whatever it may be. And I wanted to give that back, and that's where I kind of started. It was fascinating, and that's where I started, not to pre-interview anybody.
Right.
I don't pre-interview anybody. You can't pre-interview a child.
No, yeah, definitely not.
I did that, and I did that with the show. And the next day, I've got them all on the show, and the kids are looking at me. Well, you asked me that question yesterday, and I'm like looking and thinking, oh my goodness.
You're like, stop it.
I never pre-interviewed since then.
I understand, yeah.
Because they said, but that's how I started, and giving back. Actually, to the younger generation.
That is so cool. And actually, I started doing this when I was 15 years old, and it was a really it was so cool, and I'm so blessed. But it was very stressful at the time and stuff, and it's a lot of work. And a lot of people, unfortunately, I think, oh, like she was just a teenager, like what she's gonna do and stuff. But I really did. I started it with trying to help people and stuff, and I don't think a lot of people give younger generations a lot of opportunities.
Oh, I have 100% my back is for the younger generation.
Yeah.
The younger generation, believe me, all of you out there, I have your back, and you are all amazing. I mean, they are just amazing kids out there. The knowledge they have, even whether they're by themselves and they're texting and whatever they're doing, that's their generation of what we as adults here taught them to do. Because what did we do? We bought them one of these.
Yeah.
And if you buy them one of these, what are they going to do? Look at it and put it in the drawer? No, they're going to use it. So it's our fault. And we say, they're always texting and they're always doing this. And well, we taught them to do that.
Right.
So, hello.
No, but I think that's really cool that you do give them an opportunity, because unfortunately I think they're getting a lot of bad rep and stuff, and it's not the case.
A lot of it.
And there's so many amazing teenagers and younger people that are doing incredible things. And
so intelligent.
And the internet, even though it has its downfalls, of course, but they're expanding their minds so much.
Well, life does. I mean, life itself has its downfalls, and if you want to go that track, I'm known as Miss Positive.
Right.
I'm always on the positive side of things. I don't see any other side at all. In fact, my computer just completely broke down. I have lost everything in my computer. I've turned, but the funny thing is, I've turned it into a positive.
Okay.
And the reason I've done that is because I really wanted to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I did. All by myself. I got rid of it all. I can't blame anybody else, but I got rid of it. But I'm looking at it that now I can start afresh.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at it, I was thinking, how much stuff in my computer do I really use every day?
Yeah.
What do I do? Social media.
Yeah.
Where do we go? Where do you go? Computer, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
So we're in a different. So I thought, well, I'll start out afresh.
Right.
I can get back all the photographs because Google has everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has everything, so I don't have to worry. So it's like, but it's a relief because I can get rid of all that garbage that I don't want anymore.
So there, it worked out good then.
Yeah, so I'm happy. So that's how I look at life.
Right.
That's just a way of sort of looking at life, and when something does happen, you can really turn it around and look at it in a different way and laugh about it, because that's what it's just a moment in time.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's true, and I think that's really cool that you are so positive, because I try to be, but it's difficult sometimes.
Don't try.
But
just be.
Yeah.
No, don't try. It's not going to make for you to worry and get all upset and sort of. It's not going to make any difference to anybody else out there except you, and you're the only one that's going to take on all that stress, walk around with it, and then sort of, oh well, forget it after you've done all that worrying. So make it easy.
Absolutely, I agree.
I'm giving lessons now.
No, but that's cool, and you have you've helped so many people and stuff, and you really you're such an amazing woman, and I love your show too. I think it's hysterical. It's cool. You have awesome guests, and
yes, we're building up.
Yes.
You know, like you're building up.
Yeah. No, and you know, we always try to get guests of all different types of backgrounds and stuff, and you seem to do the same exact
I try
thing.
to do that. In fact, I have Nick Blaze, who's my producer, and I have Janelle, and she's actually the director in the social media, but also she does talent. So she's involved in an awful lot of the talent, and she gets most of the talent from. Sometimes I'll float something through, but if I have fine talent, I give it straight over to Janelle, because they seem to know what they're doing and how they're doing it and how to handle it and building it up. And we're slowly. Nothing happens in a day, and you've got all the time in the world, believe me. But keep pushing forward. Keep making it better. Keep getting better. You know, it doesn't happen in a day. It takes time. Even with me, it takes time.
No, of course, just like everything. But you have great guests, and you have such a great personality, and I think that's why you really bring out the best in all your guests, for sure.
No, it's like I had a group on today, and I said, you know, there's only 3 of you, and they said, no, there's 4 of us, and I said, oh, what does the 4th one do? He said, he plays the drum, and I said, oh, what do you do? Tell him to beat it, because he wasn't on the show. You know, little things like that, and of course they all laugh and everything else, and I look at them like, oh, it's a joke. Maybe I could become a comedian.
There you go. You could try something new. Why not?
Why not? Don't be afraid of saying anything, because you know that's the greatest thing about social media. You can actually do anything and say anything now.
That's true.
When I first started out, it was a protocol.
Yeah.
You know, there's only certain things you could kind of do.
Yeah.
Now you can do anything.
No, I think the world has changed so much for the better and stuff, and it really is. It's so cool.
Different.
It's different. It's different.
It's very different.
Yeah, but it's a cool thing, and I think people like you helping build the next generation and showing a good way to lead and the role model and stuff. That's a really important thing.
Well, you know, obviously I'm on the older side of life, but not only that, it's the experience I've had that I can actually, and if I can help anybody out there, and at the moment I'm trying to help the industry in Vegas. I'm trying to help the music industry. I don't see anybody out there that's actually giving them a platform.
Yeah.
The ones that haven't become famous are the ones that are really trying hard. And, you know, all these musicians, they try so hard to make it. And I listen to their stories, and I say, where are you playing? And they're playing here, and they're playing there. Like the House of Blues, I had this group on today, and they're playing at the House of Blues. That's pretty high. That's cool.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to be able to give them that platform, to give them. And I didn't see that in Vegas. That's why I do what I do.
No, and you know, it's funny. You focus more on the music industry. I focus more on the film industry, because that's another thing. And there's a huge film community here in Las Vegas, and people don't even realize it. And there is a huge music community.
Well, this is the music town, probably of the world. I mean, you've got all the people in the music industry, but also, and you talk about the film business. The film business is signing back again, because I think the city here was actually helping the film business, and they were actually giving them money for the film business.
Right.
Then Tesla came along, and I think
they ruined everything. They ruined everything.
Well, I don't know if they ruined everything, because they didn't ruin the car business, because now they're building all these batteries. And I watched by the way, the stock market today, and Tesla went up, and Tesla now I think they were 330 or something. So they're building themselves up. But also Tesla, I probably shouldn't say this, but Tesla is actually going to build a plant in Hong Kong. In the Far East, so in the Middle East, the Asian side of life. And so, you know, you listen to all this news and everything else, but they shoved actually the film industry out, which was like, I think about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. But now I see, especially when I did the red carpet, I see a lot of the industry coming back in. They're fighting back in again. And I think the reason being, Vegas does have an awful lot to offer anybody who's making a film.
Yes. Because
you kind of have, every hotel is different. Mm-hmm. You could have a little part of New York if you wanted to. You've got everything. You've got
France, and we have the Lake Mead right here. We have the mountains. We have the desert.
You have the desert. I mean, you can do any cowboy. Yeah. Where are the cowboy movies, by the way? Right. Come on, where are they? Where did they go?
That's true.
John Wayne passed away, and so didn't all the cowboy movies. Yeah. So, but this is a great place for that. But I guess we're into something different now. But yeah, this is a great place for movies. Incredible. And I'm surprised they never never had more, but it wasn't that town. It was more live entertainment.
Right.
Now it's going into, because the corporations own all the hotels now, so they have a different way of running them.
Right.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but they do have a different way. But
Yeah.
you know, business is business.
Well, there is hopefully going to be a lot more happening. I think they just passed the film incentive again, like just like a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So hopefully everything. I don't know how much it's for or anything. I don't know the details, but they're starting it again, and Caesars Entertainment's building a huge film studio here and stuff. So there should be a lot more films.
So there should be a lot more. Well, I see
Yeah.
that, and I see it, especially when you've got so much talent here.
Yeah.
I mean, you
So
have
many, yeah.
real talent. You have, you know, the stage talent and there's film talent. And once you've done the stage, you're perfect for film.
Yeah.
Because you know what you've got to remember. You know how you've got to perform. And when you bring that to the screen, it's incredible. Incredible. So it's sort of, you know.
Yeah, I started off theater acting and stuff, and I think most people prefer theater, but I always preferred film, and I love film acting.
I
and stuff.
think I
That's my
prefer
favorite.
film.
Yeah.
I never liked theatre.
Yeah.
I wasn't a theatre. I did it, and I didn't like it.
Right.
Be honest,
It's
I
over
didn't
too
like-
quick. It's just you do all that work, and then it lasts like a few performances, and then it's
Well, yeah,
done.
it's like an hour and a half, or as you say, a few
Yeah.
performances, and then it's gone, and you think, well, we've got nothing. It's gone. But it does teach you. It teaches you
It's
the
important.
presence. It teaches the presence of action in real life,
Yeah.
which you have to, you know, you take on that part, and so it's good. But you've done well.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you've done well.
I try, and I do. I love. It's my passion, and I always think acting. That's my main goal in life. So I love it. So
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. So.
But I do love this too. Of course, I love doing this. But I always said acting was my main goal.
Yeah,
so.
but you're good at this too.
Yes.
Isn't
Oh, I
she
love
good?
this.
Well, yeah, she's
I
pretty
love
cool,
it.
isn't she?
Well, you're pretty cool too.
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting, you know, I enjoy it. I enjoy it very, very, very much. I enjoy it. And then, of course, you know, the children, when I did my children's thing, I did, and I bragged to you about the awards I won. But the awards I won, I can't really say I won them. I'd like to clarify that. The children, it was the children, what they did and how they won and what they. It's a good idea to turn your phone off before you have an interview. Which I've just done, but it could have been a very important phone call. I mean, hello.
That's true.
Yeah, it could have been my agent, and you know, I got a lead in some film or something.
Exactly.
And you're going to be my co-host in the film.
That'd be great. Oh my
See?
gosh, that'd be great. No, but you know what? You help guide those children and stuff, and
Yes.
that's a very important thing. And I think it's so cool that you really did help the youth, and you're helping the youth.
And I'm still trying to help the youth, and every show I'm on, I always say this: there is 16,000 homeless children in
Yes.
Vegas, well, Nevada, which is mostly Vegas.
Yeah.
And so if we can help them in any way we can, let's try to do it. Let's try to club together. I'm trying to put something together, and you know, it takes time to do it all, but yeah, they need help.
No, even last week I had Silo from Serving Hope LV on and stuff, and it's
Good.
it's so important. And the homeless community, it's horrifying how huge it is, and it's sad, and it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be. I don't remember this being, because obviously I come from England, and the place I come from, Torquay, I don't remember seeing any homeless children. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm sure we had orphanages, and then
Right.
we had, you know, homes or places, but we didn't have all these homes. We didn't. I mean, we had an orphanage, but maybe there was maybe half a dozen kids in there. That's about
Yeah.
it. It wasn't. It was nothing like this. Like the homeless. We never had the homeless like they are today.
Yeah.
And I'm driving today, and I'm looking at all these little tiny little tents and things. I mean, how hot are they? It's 120 out there.
Yeah.
They've got,
Even the one
believe
guy
me, they
just
have no
died,
air condition.
Yeah, even the one guy just died at EDC and stuff from the heat and everything, and it's scary.
It is very, very scary what
And these
we're
poor
doing.
little kids, they're stuck
Yes.
there and stuff. And
Yeah.
I would think with all the social media and stuff, there people bring more awareness to it, but it's such a big problem. But I'm hoping it will get better.
Well,
and better.
when I also see a lot of, in Vegas, I see a lot of boarded up houses or boarded up apartment buildings. I think, wow, wouldn't that be great to hold the homeless? You know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great to put the kids in there? All right, so they don't want to put anybody over 18. Let's have all the under 18, 18 and under.
Yeah, you know
And
what?
put them in there and say this is for 18 and under,
Yeah.
or 21 and under, because I think it's drinking is 21 here, isn't it?
Right, yes.
So they could be 21, but I know 18 is, you know, when they can go out there and be whatever they want to be. And I was looking at this and I was thinking, well, these incredible hotels, and they've got this so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep building these hotels bigger and bigger and bigger. Why don't you do a little bit of this and give it to the little kids? And okay, come on, guys,
Isn't that
out there.
sad though? How
Well, think about it. Think it logically. You've got this strip, and then you've got all these thousands of people that come and spend, and they gamble, and they do this. Yeah, you know, I spend and gamble, but at least I try to give back a little something.
Exactly.
And so you look at that and you think, well, hey, come on, the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, everybody took care of a kid.
They were born in that situation.
16,000
Yeah.
people. They have one kid each
Yeah.
to look after. It's easy. One kid each. 16,000 people. That's all it takes.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's completely
Or
true.
two grown-ups to one kid, and we can make it more. 32,000.
Yeah. No, but it's
make
true.
your math big and make your math pay. Help the kids. Come on.
No, and I really think I hope it will get better, and I think the numbers are going down from what I heard, but
Yes.
it's a major problem.
Shouldn't be
and-
one
Shouldn't
kid
be
out there.
one.
Shouldn't be
Exactly.
one. Shouldn't be one.
Exactly,
Anyway.
especially in this heat. I couldn't even imagine being like that.
Well, they live
honestly.
under the freeways, which probably is a little cooler. I'm not sure where they live, but that's apparently where they live, under the freeways.
Yeah.
And they're all ashamed. They don't tell people that they're homeless. The kids don't do that. They go
Yeah.
to school. They go and wait for the bus, and they don't know. They don't tell anybody where they're
Yeah.
from and what, because they feel so ashamed of where they come from. So we don't know a lot of these people. We just don't know.
No, I didn't even. I really didn't even realize it when I was in school and stuff, and I found out after the fact. Like I found out some of my friends and stuff were, and it was. I tried and help and. But it's a very sad situation, and it shouldn't be like that at all.
No,
And they are afraid and scared
well,
to
they
say
don't
it,
know
and they
what.
shouldn't be.
Well, they're ashamed.
Yeah, and they shouldn't be at all. But that's
And then if they turn around and say they're homeless and they live under that, they might have somebody come and molest them or do something. So they zip their
No,
mouths,
true.
these little girls and things. But all we can do is help,
yeah. Yeah.
and think positive.
Yes, absolutely.
Think
Positive.
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 Yeah, positive. So anyway, your guy, your director and producer, and Jay, what's his name? Jay?
Joe Luhan.
Yes.
Yes.
He actually offered me a part in his next movie. So
Oh, did
I want,
he?
so I want you to make sure I get it.
Okay.
I'm
No,
gonna hold him to
yeah.
that.
No, he will. I promise.
He might
will.
have me sweeping the floor or something. I don't know.
No, you'd be great in it. You would you rather be like the bad guys or the good guys?
Well, I can be bad and good.
Okay,
I don't mind.
I'm
I
one of the
don't
bad
mind.
guys.
You're a
so
bad guy.
He should be a bad guy.
I'm actually more of a. I'm more of a good person, but I could be pretty nasty. I could be if they're bad people.
Yeah. No, I like playing the bad guy. It's fun
Yeah,
to play the bad
yeah.
guy sometimes.
I don't mind. I'm just happy to get in the movie. I'm not gonna choose now. I'm just happy to get there.
No, that'd be great. I think I could see a couple different roles that you could play. A lot of different
And
roles.
I like you. I love acting. I love
Yeah.
what is it? Playing the fool. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because it's just a personality that you want to put on and you want to create. And I think there's nothing better than creating.
Mm-hmm. It's
You
so
know, the
much
creation of life.
fun. Yeah, and creating a whole new character. And it's so cool.
Which
It's so
reminds
cool.
me, I write sonnets. I don't know if you know I write
I
sonnets.
didn't know that.
See?
That's very cool.
I write sonnets.
That's awesome. How'd you get into that?
I got into that about a year and a half ago, and I was listening to what's it called, Esther something, an incredible pianist, and he was kind of motivating my mind, and I'm with my computer up until sort of between 11 and 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm kind of on the computer, and this incredible music, and I'm listening to this music, and then all these little things, and so of course I'm lying on the bed, and I'm doing them really comfortable. I'm feeling really cool, and some of the sonnets I write are a little bit not risque, but for people that know me, they said, Nina, do you actually think passion? You actually think all this stuff? I said, yeah, I'm human, very human. So I write them, and I write a sonnet. As a sonnet is something that comes from Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And a sonnet is like 3 paragraphs. Well, mine
Right.
became 3 and 4 and different things because, you know, being who I am. And I just enjoyed writing them. And I've written about 75. So
Oh
now
my
I'm looking to
gosh.
publish them and get them out there. So I'm thinking of putting them on, where is it, Amazon or something like
Yeah,
that.
no, that'd be great.
Yeah, but they're a little they're totally different to the character I bring out, because they look at me and like, you really write like that? Yes, I do. I have kind of feelings and things. And
And not just you.
I'm not just this sophisticated thing that's sort of always well dressed or always this. No. I have another side to my life.
Do you have any of them memorized or anything that I can listen to here?
Well, I don't, but I can tell you. Yes, I do have one. I can't say word for word for what it
Okay.
is, but it is. I'm sitting, and I'm actually sitting in my office, and it's pelting down with rain.
Oh my god.
So I rush to the front door to see what it is, and I think, oh my goodness, this is incredible. So I run from my office, and as I'm running, I'm shedding every piece of clothing. And I end up running out to my pool to where I can be in the rain. And I'm letting the rain drip through my body as it moisturizes my skin, as it drips through my body, and the sensation as it goes through my legs and it drips all the way down, and as it disappears into the stone. And as I slowly feel the warmth of the rain through my body, as I caress my body and I hold my body, and I feel this beautiful warmth going in, and I walk in. It's called The Rainstorm.
I love that one. Yes.
And there was another one with a pair of shoes, and a pair of shoes was really quite funny. I was in Los Angeles, down at Venice Beach, and I'm looking up, and there's a pair of shoes hanging over a wire, and I said to somebody, I said, what on earth are those shoes doing up there? And they said it was a gang thing.
Oh, I never knew what it was.
So I didn't know.
Really?
Well, there's just hearsay. So whether it is or it isn't,
Right.
hearsay, because I know we have to correct our wording in case I don't want to get anything into trouble out there.
Right.
Anyway, I'm now driving down one of the streets in Vegas, and I see a single shoe. So I'm driving, I look at that single shoe, and I start thinking, I said, there's a single shoe, he gets run over, and he gets pushed to the left, he gets pushed to the right. He ends up in the gutter, and he's all crying, and he's thinking to himself, where is my other soul? I'm only alone, I did have another soul, and I don't have another soul now. And he's sitting there, and he's like crying, and he's like feeling sorry for himself. And as he's looking down there, he looks up, and he sees these pair of shoes on the wire. And he looks up and he gets all excited. Well, there's a pair of shoes up there. Oh, those are incredible. And the gust of wind comes flying by, because it's gusty in Vegas, as we know. And as the wind blows through, these shoes get untangled and they fall off. And they fall right next to the single shoe. And now the single shoe is no longer alone. The single shoe now has a partner. And the three of them, as his tattered laces and his thing, they grab each other by the laces, and they start to dance, and they start to be, I'm no longer a lonely shoe.
That's so cool.
It's all about a shoe.
I love that.
It's all about a silly shoe. But the shoe was not a silly shoe.
No.
Shoe had a soul.
That's so cool. I
That's the
love
idea.
that.
So that's
so
why
cool.
I kind of get my things from different places,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like sort of, you know, a friend of mine had a boat, and he was always playing on the boat, and I made a story up about that, and I make the stories up about people too. Like I can make one up about you.
Oh, I love it.
I will. I'll figure it out tonight.
Okay.
When I get my computer back, I might never get it back. No, I'll get it back. I will. But yeah, that's how I kind of do things. So it's kind of sort of it's
That's so
really
cool.
yeah.
I always like have. I know it's dumb, but I always like think like little objects and stuff have like feelings and stuff.
They have
It's-
life.
yeah,
They have a
exactly.
life. I mean, just because it's a shoe with a tattered lace and has
Right.
nothing, and his partner left him, you know,
Yeah.
it's, you know, life is life. Like animals, the same thing. Animals have a soul.
Yeah.
They're people.
Oh, they absolutely do. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what I do.
That's so cool. No, I love that.
No,
And
it's different.
that's beautiful.
It kind of takes you away from the life. It takes you away from the everyday sort of, you know, you've got to do, there's certain things in a day you have to do, and
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes that just takes you away from all that and brings you into a place of real life.
Yeah. Well, no, you have to have like really incredible and creative mind to think of stuff like that. And
Well,
or to
I
write
don't
some-
know about that, but maybe.
I
You
think
know, not
so.
everybody
I
can
think
probably
so.
do that, but I always feel that everybody can do something else. Maybe they
Right.
can do something different, and that's what I used to teach the children.
Yeah.
They don't all have to be hosts. They don't all have to be brilliant. They don't all have to be a president. But there's always something out there that they can be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I agree completely. And
I mean, look at you. I mean, you're amazing. You branch out in lots of different things. Don't ever give up, and don't ever listen to anybody else when they say you can't.
Yeah. No, and you know, and there's always going to be naysayers and bullies, which is horrible, but there are, and but there's always someone out there for you.
There's a lot of incredible, beautiful people out there,
Yes.
and those are the ones I seek, and those are the ones I want to be with, and those are the ones I spend time with.
Yeah.
I spend times with the beautiful hearts and the pretty people, and the people you come to a certain part in your life, and I only spend my time with people I want to be with.
Yeah.
And I don't have time for
You
negative.
don't need, yeah.
Not
No,
anymore.
I always say surround yourself with positive people and keep away the negative people and don't listen to them, because you almost have to feel sorry for the negative people because their lives must be so
I don't
bad
know.
and horrible.
I don't want to be in their life. That's for sure.
No, exactly.
I
You
don't want to be where they are, so I don't want them near me at all. No.
No, absolutely. But we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll be more with Ninon, so stick around. Oh my goodness.
See, the behind the scenes is always, we always have a lot of
I
fun
love
behind the
behind the
scenes. When we have the break, we have laughs and jokes, and then we get on the air and we go, get all serious.
No, it's true. But actually, you know what? Why don't we bring it up now? Because it's in my head.
She's going to ask you,
It's a big question. Okay, well, let's start with the easy part. Who would you say was your favorite guest you've had on your show?
My favorite guest I've had on my show, there are many of them, but there's a guy called Robert Garrett. And he's he's a fabulous singer in town, absolutely amazing. And he's always been one of the most gracious people, but a lot of them have been so gracious and wonderful, but he always stands out because he kind of walks in, Ninon, and he greets me, and you get this lovely hug and that warmth, sincere feeling. So but there's a lot of them. I mean, oh good Lord, there are a lot of you out there. I'm not going to mention, I did mention that one name, but there are a lot of them out there, and I think when they come on and they give you that warm feeling, but a lot of them say, well, what are we going to talk about? And I say, I have no idea. And when I say that, they look at me, and then they get really petrified, and then their hands start sweating, and they start wiping themselves. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm only joking. But a majority of them don't utilize an interview as of to their advantage.
Yeah.
That I will say, but which they can do, because I always say to them, this is your show, not mine. I'm just interviewing you. That's all I'm doing. So this is more for you than it is for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring out who you are. So a lot of them are quite easy. I had a guy in from Chicago today, and from Colorado. A lovely guy. I mean, flew in specially to come in and do the show and everything else. He's got another big thing coming up on July the 8th. I don't like many names and things because I don't think it's fair to everybody else.
Right.
So, but there are an awful lot of people that come on that are so sincere and so nice. But I have to say something, because she's asking about all the best. So yesterday was my birthday, and I was 39 and holding. I was 39 and holding. I'm still holding a long time, but I'm holding.
I think you're more in your 20s.
I'm 39. I'm okay with 39. But I have to say one thing. On my computer went down yesterday because I did it myself. I just destroyed everything for no reason. But anyway, so my last call on all the people that actually wished me a happy birthday, which is the cakes they send cakes and they send flowers all through the internet. The last count was 522 people wished me a happy birthday.
Oh,
how cool is that?
That's very cool.
And that's forgetting, LinkedIn and Twitter and all those, because those are another side of it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. So thanks, guys. That's pretty good. Those are the good guys. Awesome people out there, really.
Now let's talk about. I wasn't gonna ask this, but my producer forced me to ask this.
Oh, she's bucking out of it.
Now,
but what is
who
it?
would you say has been your worst guest?
My worst guess, I have, it's funny in life, and I'll give you a little example to build up to that, so you'll understand it and everybody will understand it. To me, there is nobody out there that I don't like.
Right.
Because just because I don't get on with them doesn't mean to say that's a bad person. I'm
No,
sure they have lots of lovely friends, and I just don't happen to be one of them. So it's quite simple, because normally when you don't like somebody, they usually don't like you either.
No, it's
so
true.
it's usually something
It's a
very
neutral thing.
It's very neutral understanding. But I don't dislike them as of, that's a terrible person. I mean, yes, I do give remarks out that I don't like that person on television.
Right.
It doesn't mean I don't like the person. I just don't like how they present themselves on
Yeah,
television
of course.
or what they say. But the problem I have with a lot of people is that they come on and they give yes and no answers. Yes. Okay. And then they say, no. Oh, okay. So do we have anything to add to the no, and do we have anything to add to the yes? Because we're going to have a one-sided conversation now. Because if you're not going to talk, I'm going to talk.
Exactly.
So, because I have to talk.
Right.
I don't have a choice.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I've had a couple of people that have been not insulting, but have been on just to prove something or tried. What I have had with some people, I'm definitely not going to mention their names, but I guarantee you all know who you are.
Suji doesn't even have
So
to
I don't have
mention
to
it.
mention any names. But there's a few people that have tried to get me to give up the pepper mill and go somewhere else so they can be in the pepper mill.
Really?
But I know who you are. And then there was also a couple of people out there. She asked me a question. Maybe I shouldn't answer it. But there was a couple of people, apparently. I don't know if they charged for the guests to come on my show and never told me about it. And that was something. So, yes. Put your mouth back up. You know who you all are. To be honest with you, I don't mind you doing that. That's fine. If you need to make some money,
Right.
but tell me, and I probably would have made it better for you.
Right.
I probably would have really helped you, because that's what I do. I really like to help people. That's my whole, I get a kick out of it. I get an enjoyment out of it. Don't sneak around my back.
No.
And that's one thing that I get a little bit, I don't even get angry, because they're the ones that have to bear that cross, not me. I don't have to bear, and I would never do anything like that. So yeah, there are people out there. Yeah.
Wow.
And not only in Vegas, it's all over the world. So,
Yeah.
so we don't have to say, oh, Vegas did this, because it's everywhere. So there's been a few things that people have done. There's been more than a few things that people have done to me, and I know they think I don't know, but I do know. I just don't say anything about it, because that's the nature of the beast,
Yeah.
and that's the nature of people. And I think when you understand the entertainment business.
Yeah.
And you wanted this film business even worse. I
Yes.
mean, they'll just cut you.
It is.
But in the entertainment and film business, you really should never say bad about anyone because
No,
you
it's
never
true.
know who they are. So you kind of keep it zipped.
Yeah.
And you like them. But so there's been a few, yes.
Well, I think when you find the people that you really can trust and get along with and have great relationships, that's an amazing thing. And it can be a while and stuff, but it is important when.
Well, I have two people that work for me right now, but I have people on and off that come in and take photographs, and they do a lot of stuff.
Right.
But I have my producer, Nick Blaze. Nick Blaze, you're wonderful. He's a committed guy. He works very, very hard. And then Jonelle, who's my director and also talent, she is absolutely incredible. There is nothing they will not do, and they believe in what I do 100%.
Wow.
And so what more can you ask for?
No.
I mean, and they don't. And actually, the funny thing is, I brought Nick in and knows nothing about the business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Janelle knew nothing about the business, but now they're gung ho, but they just do so much, and they're just wonderful. So, there's good and bad everywhere, but let's just keep the good going.
Yes, keep the positive.
I like that question though.
Yeah. Well, thank you to my producer.
And there you go.
I never ask like tough questions. I don't know. I always get afraid too.
No, don't be afraid because that's what you're here for.
Right.
That's just to see the answer.
Right.
I mean, see, what are people going to? What's Nino going to answer on that thing? So I hope I gave you. John, did I give a good answer?
You gave a perfect. It was politically correct.
That's what it was supposed to be. Because you know who you are out there. The good and the bad know exactly who they are. And I can truly say in Las Vegas, people have been so nice to me in Vegas. I tell you, and our mayor, Carol, she's a wonderful.
I love she's amazing.
She comes. She's always acknowledges me. Always says hello.
Same here. Yeah.
And she's just. But I guess politicians do that.
Really?
Think about it. Joe Biden was a good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Very good friend of mine.
Gosh,
I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican.
Right.
I happen to like an awful lot what Trump is doing. I also like Joe Biden. I like them all.
Right.
So I'm a news. So I have to stretch out. But truthfully, they're all lovely.
That's cool about Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe Biden. I've known him for years.
I always thought he was funny and so I loved him.
I knew Joe Biden when he did his. I actually put on a couple of events for him because I lived in Bel Air in Los Angeles, and I put on a couple of events for him when he was running when he ran for president, and the second time he ran for president. And so my husband and I, that's when my husband was alive, and we put on events and did certain things, and helped him in the whole bit. And
that's so cool.
But the coolest thing was that Joe Biden did not become president.
Right.
But he became vice president, and I was so thrilled for him because he tried. He's such a real man, and I think that's why he never became president, because he's so honest and real, and that's not what politics are.
No, it's true.
No, they're not. I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. We know.
But that's cool, and I always thought he was a cool guy.
He's a cool guy, friendly, cool, nice, always helping people. Very nice guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
But even I was gonna say this. My John F. Kennedy, my grandpa was a police officer and stuff, and he guarded him one time, and he saw him again like 3 years later or something like that, and he shook his hand and goes, "Hi Aldo, how are you?" He remembered my grandpa from like 3 years ago from an event where he just guarded him.
Isn't that amazing?
So I think that's like incredible when people.
But that's
like
what these
remember
politicians
that.
seem to try to do.
Insane.
They're
insane.
crazy. I mean, they seem to know people's names and things.
Yeah.
Like Carol, she's always, "Hello, how are you?" And I'm like,
I couldn't even believe she remembered me, honestly, because I interviewed her when I was very first starting off, and I just saw her again. She goes, "Hi, Corey, how are you?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she remembered me."
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's so sweet. I love her. I think she's incredible.
It's funny you should say that you mentioned your name. And somebody said, actually, Janelle said to me, the most popular thing in this world today is people love that to be called by their name.
Yeah, no.
And a name is the most popular thing in the entire world.
Yeah.
That's what people really like. When I can remember I was down at the where was I? At the Westgate. I was at one of those. They had one of the shows there, and suddenly I heard my name being yelled out, and I'm thinking, well, hang on a second. There's only one Ninon around here, so who is that? And of course, it was David Kirschenbaum. David Kirschenbaum was married to Timmy De Rosa, who was my daughter, and who's my husband's youngest daughter. And so, you know, so and the
Right.
name, and when the name was yelled out, it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
somebody knows me, and we got all excited. And,
It's cool though.
It's cool. When you
Yeah.
hear your name, it's really cool.
Yeah.
We like that.
It's fun, yeah.
It's like a moment in
Especially when it's
time.
important people and stuff. So I think that always is like a big, like, whoa, like, so yeah.
You know, I think, you know, I think we all at one time in our lives, or we all want all the time in our lives, to be important. I think, you know, we want people to recognize us. We
course.
want people to see good things about us,
Right.
and to see that good side. And I think we all want that in one way or another.
Yeah, and I think that's human nature for sure.
It is human nature that we always build ourselves up. We want to be better in this, and we're always thriving, you know, whatever degree it may be. It may be at McDonald's and you want to be the best server or something. Who knows? I don't, you know, it could be,
No, it's
you
true.
know, it's anything. Doesn't
Even my
matter.
niece, I have a funny story. I have to say this. She's a little 3-year-old girl, and I asked her, so what do you want to be when she grows up? She goes, a French fry cook at McDonald's.
French fry cook at McDonald's.
I was like, well, I think you can achieve that, actually. So I think that's a very realistic goal.
If we're still eating French fries in that time,
Right.
we might be swallowing a pill for food by then. I don't know.
That's true.
The way things are going. Good
But I
Lord.
thought that was so
That is so
funny.
cute. She had no idea, right?
I love
Bless
her.
her heart.
She's
Bless
the
her
cutest
heart.
little thing, but it's true. But I think it's so, and I think kids are so cool to ask questions.
Well, I love
like that
children.
and
That's
stuff.
my
Yeah.
thing. That's definitely my thing, and I'll have their back. And any child out there that needs anything or wants anything, please call me, email me, or anything else. I'll help you any way I can, and I will.
Yeah, and that's what I always say here too. It's
Yeah.
even if you don't have a family support or friends or anything, we are always here for you, and you are
Yes,
too.
yes,
And, it's
absolutely,
always.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I will always have their back and help them in any way I can, because until they're 18, you know, and then after that they can, you know, do what they need
Yeah.
to do. But up until then, that is our responsibility. And I don't care how many people out there, but anybody out there that's an adult, that is their responsibility, whether it's their child or not their child.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Help them.
Yeah,
They need help.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask you a couple cool fun questions.
Ooh, fun ones. I got fun
A
ones
few
now.
fun ones. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
But the craziest thing I think I ever done was to have an underwater swimming act in Beirut, and it was in a bowl 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet, and I'm 5'6", and I'm in this bowl doing a 3-minute contortionist act of swimming around
my
this bowl.
gosh.
The water came, it's like a nagili. It was round. The water came up to the top, and I had about this much at the top to swim by, pick up some air, and go back down again. Now, if I missed that split second,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
it was a split second, sorry, microphone.
I do that all the time.
I blew
It's
someone's
okay.
ear off just now. And it was probably
I
the
do that all the
producer went, but that was one of the craziest things I think I did. It was-
Seems pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
And then you asked me, 2 of them was when I was a little girl. I used to swing from tree to tree. I used to climb all the way to the top of a tree, and I used to swing from tree to tree.
Oh my! Like
You
on
should-
vines or like how'd you do it?
I would just, the top of the tree, I'd try to bend it, and I would sort of flip over and go to the next tree.
Like
Well,
a cartoon.
well, I lived on, this wasn't in the middle of London, by the way. This was in the country. I lived in Torquay in the
Right.
country, and we lived on this farm, and we used to,
Oh my gosh!
Another one was trying to catch a pig. A little
I'm
baby
sure
pig.
that I've seen people do that. That looks like way too much
You
work.
cannot catch a baby pig. Believe me. I
I-
think I was 10 years old or something, 10 or 12 years old, 10 years. And I'm trying to catch this pig. It got out, and I'm running like, my little legs are going, and nothing's happening. Is that good enough?
Yes, that's perfect. If you could interview anybody, who would it be?
You know, I hope it's not too late, but it would have been, I would like to interview Barbara Waters.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I just found out she was very sick and not very well.
Oh,
and
I
sort
didn't
of,
know
you
that.
I don't know. And my second one is Celine Dion. I think this
yeah.
woman is the most remarkable woman that has been so successful and has made so much money and done so much stuff, and she's still a human being.
Yeah.
She's still down to earth. I think she's an absolute incredible woman. She treats her staff, she treats her orchestra, she treats her people beautifully, and I think to interview her would be fascinating.
Yeah, I think she's so talented.
Yeah,
like
she's
it's
very
insane
talented.
how talented she is.
Very, very talented.
Even at the Billboard, she just performed "My Heart Will Go On," and it was like she brought down the house. Like it was crazy.
Well, she has this voice that sort of
Yeah.
if only we had. Oh, wouldn't I love to have a voice like that, Celine? Celine, maybe you could teach me.
Oh, well, that'd be great.
Oh.
If everyone could learn from Celine Dion, that'd be great.
That could be. You know, I always wanted to be a singer.
Really?
I always wanted everybody, and it's funny because when I would sort of sing, maybe, you know, a piano bar with my husband or something, and people would turn around and say, "Oh, you sing?" And I used to look at them and say, "No, I don't, but I could."
Thank you.
I did have a choice, though, of either singing in London or going on this fantastic, crazy underwater swimming act. And I chose the underwater swimming act only, which is a total opposite to swimming, but I only chose it because I could travel and live in Beirut and move out of London. And I was one of these, you know, I love to travel and I love to be in places. So I thought, wouldn't it be great to live in Beirut? That was the only reason why. Otherwise, I could have been a singer today, because I had a man that was actually very interested in, and he was actually giving me lessons, and he was actually paying for them and doing everything for me. So it was pretty cool. I didn't know how lucky I was. I thought the other thing was luckier, but whatever.
Well, if you were to become a singer, then what type of music would you sing?
Ballads. I would be in the R&B and ballads. I like R&B a tremendous lot. I like ballads. I don't like musicals. I'm not into this musical stuff.
I like
I'm not. That's what makes people different.
Right.
And I'm not into all that musical stuff. I'm not into sort of all those gimmicky things. You know, I like real, true, romantic love stories. Like I write my fantasies. I write my little poems and things. I love that. So, yeah. So that's what it would be.
Awesome.
So maybe I could be. Anybody out there think I could do it? I do sing in the car, and I practice my voice. Back to Celine. Yes. I practice when she sings. I sing with her. Well, kind of.
I try. It's not gonna happen.
I try very hard.
I'm like, stop.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that.
Exactly.
No, I'm not going to do it. Don't record me.
True. No, it's true though. But yeah. But
yeah,
that's
she's
really cool.
Yes, she is.
And you've been so many places and done so many things. I'm sure you've had eaten something crazy. So it's like the craziest thing you've ever eaten.
Well, probably escargots, which is escargot. I mean, I've eaten.
Is it good? I can't. I don't think I could ever do that.
Absolutely delicious.
Really?
Yes. I think I've had squid. I'm one of these people that I will try something, and if I don't like it, I won't have. Like cilantro, don't ever put anywhere near cilantro. Can't stand it. But escargot is probably one of the the strange. But I've also had. Now this is something in England. I don't know if I'm sure they have it here. Do you ever have tripe?
I know, I never had it.
But you've heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, my mother would cook tripe, but my mother was a fabulous. She'd put the mint in it, and she'd cook the tripe, and she'd cut it up, and it was delicious. And she'd always have, I think it was boiled potatoes, and we'd have boiled potatoes, and it seemed like carrots and onions and all that stuff. It was delicious. But when I tell people I've eaten tripe, they go, tripe? Well, I've also had rabbit, and you look at these little rabbits. And, especially in Vegas, they have
a huge rabbit. I didn't even know we had a huge rabbit. I see these little rabbits, little bunnies running around. I think, oh my God, I've been. Sorry, guys. And then finally, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
If I could have any superpower, I would like to be. I know I can't be, but I would like to be the President of the United States of America.
That'd be cool. What would be your first
political?
Yeah.
For
all? No, I don't know what the word for it is, but like your first law that you made or something like that. I can't really think of what to say. I'm in politics.
Not really. I mean, I wanted I wanted to be a well-known actress, but I took different routes. But I did do some things that were quite good and quite wonderful. But I think, and I've also had it posted that I've actually sat at the president's desk, which was Kennedy's desk. Actually sat there and made a speech, and actually was on his plane as well. And then I also stood on the rostrum where they have the big thing, President of the United States of America. So I've done these kind of things, and I'm thinking,
that's so
would it be
cool.
great? Yeah, and I'll tell you why, because I see how America is. America has so much that the people want, and we're missing them. We're not in contact with them.
Yeah.
We're not listening to them, because politics has become such a ritual thing. We do this. Get rid of all that.
Yeah.
It's not that anymore. It's
No, we need to change with the times. I agree completely.
So I think that would be a fabulous challenge, and of course I'd have you as my be my
I
assistant.
could be the vice president.
Yeah, you'll be the vice president. See, look, gotta have a young vice president. Gotta have a young president, because when I kick the bucket, then she can take over. You see?
Oh no.
Yes, but wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be cool. I think it'd be a lot of responsibility, though.
Well, I don't mind that.
Seems like too much of.
Well, I don't mind that, because if it's whatever responsibility, I mean, I'll take it. But you've got so many people, you can pass it all down to work it out.
That's true.
You have.
Here, you deal with it.
Yeah. Well, they were saying that today. They were saying like this Russian spy thing that we're paying for, which is a total waste of money, because it doesn't make any difference, because the Russians and everybody's been spying on everybody anyway. They just want to bring it up. Whatever it is, it doesn't really sort of matter where it's going. But they were saying today that the people that are dealing with the tax reform have nothing to do with the spying thing. So people seem to say, well, if they're dealing with this spy thing, then they can't be concentrating on the taxes. Totally wrong out there, guys. They have different areas and different people that do different things, like the health. Yeah. They've got their thing. They've got the taxes. They've got all these different that have nothing to do with each other, and they don't even listen to what's going on. Yeah. This is what they deal with. So keep cool down there. It's okay. They're doing their job.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And they think they should be faster. Goodness, we're moving fast, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
so anyway, that's.
I like that. I think that's a cool superpower.
But also, I can't be a president, and the reason I can't, because I'm English. Although I'm American, I have American and everything, but I wasn't born here.
Born here.
Yeah, I wasn't born here.
That's a dumb rule if you really think about it, because, I don't know, as long as you're a citizen, it shouldn't really matter, I guess.
I think at this day and age, I think as long as you're anything to try to run up there and be president, believe me, it's a big job.
No, but that's true. Well, you can change it's your superpower, so you can still be
my
president.
superpower. I can.
There you go.
We can do it.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll change the law before.
I'll
change the law.
There you go.
Hey, Trump, change that law.
Okay, so where can people find you, get a hold of you, watch your show, everything?
Vegas. I'm in Vegas. You know my name. Anyway, okay, let's get real. Okay, I have a internet TV show called Vegas Live with Ninon, and of course I'm Ninon, the host. I interview anybody. They can contact us at vegaslivewithninon.com. You can also reach me on Facebook, Instagram, you know, social media across the board. You can also email me, Ninon at vegaslivewithninon.com. You can also reach my producer, Nick Blaze. He's out there. He's all over the place, and he does a lot of Janelle as well. But you can also reach me. I have NDD Properties, because I'm in real estate as well. So we have nddproperties.com. And we also have Ninon Speaks, Ninon at ninonspeaks.com. So there's quite a few places you can reach me. I am reachable.
You can find it everywhere.
I am very reachable. I've always been reachable. I have never closed my door to anybody, and never will.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not important. People think I'm important. I shouldn't.
Well,
I said
you
no.
are important.
No, I'm not. I'm the same as everybody else. I
Yeah.
just do my thing. You do yours. Everybody does their thing.
Yeah.
And we all do our different things. That's what makes the world go around.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on. Incredible. I adore you. So
Well,
really
thank
cool
you.
having
You're amazing. See, isn't she amazing host? She wonderful. So I hope now I'm going to invite you to Vegas Live.
Oh, I'd love to be.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're going to make sure you're going to come on, and because we can talk about a lot. Because now we can really talk about a lot. I can ask her some of the same questions she asked me too.
Oh, no.
And which is her favorite and her worst. No, fascinating.
Well, thank
Fabulous.
you so
Thank
much.
You.
It was
Thank you.
such an honor having you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please go check everything she does, and really incredible. And I love your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you very
cool.
much. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless.
Good night.